John Hogan.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd ask everyone to take their seats. I'd like to first, on behalf of the mayor and council, wish each of you a happy and healthy new year and welcome you to the swearing-in ceremony of Councilwoman Lorraine Pellegrin and Sandra Ballestieri. Please stand. At this time, I'd ask the members of the Elmwood Park Police Department and the Elmwood Park Fire Department to advance the colors. I'd ask everyone to remain standing, and I would ask Councilman Joseph Dombrowski to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please take your seats. Again, I would like to welcome everyone here this evening. It is a historic day here in Elmwood Park, for this is the first time in over our 100-year history that we will have 3 women council members serving simultaneously here in Elmwood Park. I had the privilege of actually being interviewed for my position way back in 2006 when Lorraine Pellegrin proudly served the community here in Elmwood Park. We had a tremendous working relationship. I know that her heart is here in the town that she grew up in, and she will serve the residents here in Elmwood Park well. So congratulations, Lorraine. To Sandy, who is give her a round of applause. To Sandy, who is a longtime member of the Board of Education and also the Recreation Commission and the Recreation Advisory Board. She has sought the office of councilperson in the past, and this year was elected by her peers here in the community. So Sandra, congratulations and welcome aboard. We do have a number of dignitaries with us here this evening. First, the balance of the council who is with us, Councilman Anthony Chertow, Councilman Joe Dombrowski, Councilwoman Magdalena Giandomenico, and absent tonight as he is getting ready to board a plane. I spoke to him this afternoon flying back from the holidays in Poland. Let's hear it for Councilman Daniel Golub. We have a number of former council members with us here tonight. First, I think he's still the longest serving council member in the history of the borough, Ken Van Rye. Former Councilman Glenn Patagano. Former Councilman Tom Comboy. And former Councilman Rich Czerwinski. We also have our former Chief of Police, Don Ingrassalino. Former Councilman George Nestori. I would like to introduce some members of the Board of Education who have joined us tonight. First of all, Louise Girardi. Gene Freitag. Keith Canizzo. And George Luke. On the dais behind me, we have our congressman from the 9th Congressional District, the Honorable Bill Pascrell, Jr. We can still call you new, right? Our new mayor, Francesco A. Caramagna. Our senator from the 35th District, Nellie Poe. And the members of the General Assembly, Benji Wimberly and Siobhan Basant. And also with us from the Bergen County chapter of We Do, the Women's Empowerment Democratic Organization, our good friend and former freeholder, Julie O'Brien. Without further ado, I would like to introduce, for some New Year's remarks and some welcoming remarks, our Mayor, Frank Caramagna.
Good evening. And Happy New Year to each one of you. Thank you for coming tonight. I want first to congratulate our Honorable Mayor of Woodland Park, Keith Kosmark, for being sworn in for the third term. There was yesterday, we had I like the program there in Woodland Park. Was really excellent. I enjoy. I had to say a few words, and I tell you, very honored to be there with you guys. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very happy, honored to congratulate Lorraine Pellegrin and Sandy Balistrieri, my running mates, for being elected to the council. You know, it took a long time to be in this position tonight. Many trials, people said, we never give up. Matter of fact, yesterday I made a comment. Maybe I took after my father. My father had a girl, 6 girls, my father, excuse me. And my father didn't have any kids. My mother did. 6, and they still insist until they got a boy. Here I am. So, I tried 4 times, and the 5th time, we made it. So I'm glad, I'm happy to be here, to serve our community, to serve our people in Elmwood Park. And trust me, I will do the best I can to do so. And also ask, everyone to all work together, Republicans and Democrats. We can have, going to work very hard. And we need a lot of things to do in this town. I've been very busy for the past month, and I'm happy for what I'm doing. I performed weddings already. I did 2. I have another 4 or 5 to go. I know my mother's wish came, and my mother wanted me to be a priest. So here I am, very close to be a priest. We already introduced a dignitary tonight, a distinguished guest. Everybody knows them. I don't want to repeat myself again. I'd like to cut this program quiet. Don't forget, after this, we're going to have nice food by Francesco. Well, the food is downstairs waiting for us. Again, thank you for coming, and good luck to my running mates. We worked very hard. Here we are. We got to do the best. I promise you. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. Let's hear it one more time for our new mayor, Frank Caramagna. At this time, I'd like to introduce someone who is certainly no stranger to Elmwood Park. She's represented us now for a number of years in the state Senate, and now we'll be able to go down to Trenton and maybe get some things done under a more cooperative administration in the governor's office. Let's hear it for our state senator, Nellie Poe.
Thank you so very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And first of all, Happy New Year to each and every one of you and your families. Let me wish you a very healthy and a wonderful year-long 2018 that we're all looking forward to it. And as one of the very first things that was said was by the clerk, Keith Kosmark, was the fact that there's Elmwood Park is certainly making its mark on first. We had the first mayor of Elmwood Park in over 100 years that was as a Democrat, and now the 3 women on the council. So that's being first is really something very, very important, and Elmwood Park is certainly moving in 2018 along that road. Let me congratulate first and foremost our 2 newly elected, soon to be taking the oath of office as council members, both, I should say councilwoman at this point. I think it's okay to say that in only just a moment, Lorraine Pellegrin, as well as Councilwoman Sandra Ballesteri. Congratulations to each of you. Congratulations to your families. Congratulations to all the people of Elmwood Park, because we certainly have a wonderful and cooperative council delegation that will indeed look to move Elmwood Park forward. First, let me also once again send greetings to our great Mayor Caramagna, as well as our amazing Congressman Bill Pascrell, who works really hard for all of us. I am honored and privileged to be here today and being part of this very wonderful and important event. God bless you all. Thank you. Happy New Year.
Thank you, Senator. The Senator's partners in the legislature from the 35th District, I'd like to call up first the Honorable Shavonda Sumter.
Good evening, Elmwood Park. So I would like to, congratulate you on this historic occasion. 2017, when we reflect back on it, one of the most common things that people said was that it was the year of the woman. So I congratulate you and salute you as you go into 2018 as council representatives. To the elected officials who stand behind me and stand with me, you know that we are here to serve you. This is a people business. One of the things that the church often states is that you know a church is growing when you see young people in the room, and we have young people dispersed throughout this swearing in as well as at the mayor's swearing in. So we know that Elmwood Park is a growing town. So I salute you on tonight's event of being sworn in. Please take these sacred swearing in as a privilege and an honor, because very few have the opportunity to serve and to take the oath of office. If ever you need us, we are here for you in partnership. God bless.
Thank you, Assemblywoman. And the third member of the 35th Legislative Team, our coach, Benji Wimberly.
Good evening, Elmwood Park. Happy New Year. I wish each and every one of you and your families a healthy and prosperous New Year. To our congressmen, mayor, council members, and my colleagues, I wish each and every one of you a healthy and prosperous New Year. And to our We Do members and Bergen County family also, we wish you a prosperous and healthy New Year. To our council women who are now going to be sworn in this evening, I can remember when we first were walking around the fairgrounds and you guys were showing us the ropes when me and my colleagues, Shavonda Sumter, were coming around. And I knew then we connected right away with the recreation piece, that you guys are definitely grassroots people that understands the true root of what the working middle class people need here in New Jersey. So I know Elmwood Park, you will prosper with an outstanding mayor, outstanding city council, and I wish each and every one of you a blessed 2018. God bless.
Thank you, Assemblyman. And at this time, I'd like to call forward former Bergen County freeholder Julie O'Brien for a presentation from We Do.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know what We Do is, it's Women Empowered Democratic Organization. And we grew out of the Passaic chapter, which was the originating chapter. I like to call them our mother. so that we could have an organization that could recruit, mentor, and support women running for office and women holding office. So I'm really excited to be able to be here tonight for Lorraine and Sandy, because we've knocked on doors together. These are two of the most persistent women I have ever met, and I am so thrilled to be able to honor them tonight with certificates from We Do and let you know that we are there for you, whatever you need from our organization. So if you want to come up, I'll give you.
We also have certificates to be presented tonight, and our county executive, Jim Tedesco, had other obligations in order to swear in other municipal officials throughout the county. As you know, Bergen County has 70 municipalities. All are required to reorganize over the next week or so. So there are actually 3 certificates here, one from the County of Bergen, certificate of commendation, and the first is actually to the Honorable Francesco A. Caramagna, Borough of Elmwood Park Mayor, in recognition of your victorious election to serve as mayor and in appreciation of your outstanding public service commitment to the residents of the Borough of Elmwood Park. Signed January 1st, 2018 by James Tedesco III, County Executive. Frank? Sandy? And Lorraine. We also have certificates from the Board of Chosen Freeholders that were sent as well on their behalf. Frank? Sandy? And as I mentioned, in the absence of our county clerk, John Hogan, who was going to try to get here but had a installation to perform and administer the oath in another municipality, I will certify the results of the 2018 election for council in the Borough of Elmwood Park. Louis Vancino, 1,889 votes. Sammy Keith Work, 1,874 votes. Sandra Ballestieri, 2,327 votes. And Lorraine Pellegrin, 2,355 votes. On behalf of County Clerk John Hogan, I do hereby certify the results of the Elmwood Park election for council, victorious candidates Sandra Ballestieri and Lorraine Pellegrin on the election held on November 7th, 2017. I'd like now to call forward for some remarks and then to administer the oath our honorable congressman from the 9th Congressional District, Bill Pascrell, Jr. Congressman.
Good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year. To our honored guests, Lorraine and Sandra, we wish you the best of luck with your family. This is a family operation, you know that. And you joined so many people throughout this greatest of all nations, all over the country the last few days. No, you don't have to shush them. This is better than the Congress, better. I'd rather listen to that than what I usually listen to. All over the country, and really manifesting what is our anthem. Our anthem is what we believe in, our values. This is what makes us who we are, and this is what makes us the greatest country in the world. And the real backbone and the real foundation of a democracy is not the Congress, but it is those folks on a local level come forth without a shot being fired involved in the election. Because that takes a lot of guts for you to come up and get elected and run and hopefully get elected. And to those who don't get elected too. It takes a lot of courage. So we're proud of you. You are the bedrock of the democracy. So in order for democracy to work, everybody has to be heard. You don't like that? Move to Russia. Everybody's got to be heard. Everybody has to have that opportunity to be heard. And so I'm, very disappointed in what's happened, disappointed a lot of things that's happened in Washington. It has very little to do with Democrat and Republican. So get that out of your mind. That's got to be Democrat versus Republican and vice versa. Everybody has a voice. And if you don't, it isn't going to work. Maybe not the first 10 days, but maybe the first 10 months. But I tell you that I'm very discouraged when I hear that this administration has almost forbidden words to be used in department reports. Words like vulnerable, diversity, can't be used. Transgender, evidence-based, science-based. Now, I mentioned to one of the groups I talked to yesterday, I read The Third Reich twice. And some of it will really put you to sleep, but the Third Reich is what Hitler did to become who he was. And the first thing he did was control the media and expressions. And I know many times as a Democrat, I don't want to hear Republicans. Well, it's too bad, what I want. That's what makes us different. And when you start to silence people, regardless of who they are, democracy shrinks. The Constitution isn't the bedrock that it is. Democrats are not better than Republicans, and Republicans are not better than Democrats. We are all Americans first. When we forget that, we forget where we come from, and we forget our values. And our values are who we are, what we hold. Now, the brothers in blue are here. I know you have one female within the police department and the fire department. And as the chairman in the Congress of all police matters, I take your job to work with me every day. I promise you, eyeball to eyeball, I will continue to do that and stand up. Because you guys and gals do your job every day and put yourself in harm's way. And I am proud of you. I want you to know that. I'm proud of what you do, and I'm proud of what you stand for. So I pray for your families. Because what they think about when you go to work every day or go to work on a fire, even if whether you're career, volunteer, it's military, immaterial, as we say. But the fact of the matter is, I know what you do, and I'm proud of what you do, and I want you to know that eyeball to eyeball. And I will do whatever I can to make your lives a lot safer and a lot better. You see, it's one thing to talk about you. You can put it on a bumper sticker, and we always slap you guys and gals on the back. We get into the police car, we get our grandkids up on a fire department. Then when it comes time, many times to pay you, we turn the other way. When it comes time to work out your pension, oh, it's very different than my own. So we all know that. So I thank you for your service. Let's give them a great round of applause. I want to conclude on this note because, talk is cheap. I believe in action. I'm off the streets of the city of Paterson, New Jersey. If I can make it, anybody can make it. And I've been through a long part of my life with saying, people, I don't know if you can do this, Bill. I don't know if you have the resources to do this or that. But, if we are tough to the task, and our parents taught us that way, we are our parents. And our parents, whether they're alive or not, mine or not, I think about them a lot, they are proud of what we do to make the place better. And not let somebody else do it. In the book of Isaiah, chapter 6, verse 8, the Lord asks, who shall I send? Well, you all got it. Whether you're a congressman or a mayor, you're a councilman, and I salute the council of this great town. When your party affiliation is third, not even second. What you do to make the place better is what it's going to be all about. And I want a message for Elmwood Park tonight, if you'll allow me just a few more moments of your precious time. In the Congress of the United States, you know, when you're the mayor, I was the mayor of Patterson. That days, that was no day at the beach. But I was zero tolerance, so I put up with nothing. The law is the law, okay? And compassion is compassion. But the one thing I learned is that when people break the law, they must pay the price. So you don't get into a fight unless you mean what you say. What you say. And the best advice I could give to both of you, and I know you're outstanding citizens, the best advice I could give you is don't say it unless you mean it. And then defend what you say. Don't be a coward like you see in the Congress. You see it every day. People are afraid to stand up. I've seen Democrats afraid, and I see Republicans. What the hell did they send me for if I can't stand up and speak? Or if I can't listen to somebody either. So I want to tell you something about one of the things that grip our communities and what these police officers and first responders have to deal with. The opiates have hit this town too. Okay? So you heard a lot of people. You see people on television with ads for themselves, but you see people on television with ads about opiates. Now this thing didn't happen yesterday morning. This has been ongoing. And we need to take a look at it and do something about it. And I just want to tell you what gets people really ticked off. Now the largest distributor of pharmaceuticals we call opiates is a company called McKesson. McKesson. They make the largest shipments to small town pharmacies all over the United States of America. They make the shipments to the pharmacies and they make the shipments to doctors. And there was a very dramatic pattern of increases in shipments. And the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Agency, wanted to move against McKesson. And the lawyers at the Department of Justice said, well, it'll take too long if we see this thing through. The case came up in San Francisco. DEA said, you must comply. And so what happened, they were fined $1 billion for what they were doing because they had no records to speak of in the shipments they were making. Into small towns, West Virginia, little pharmaceuticals became conduits for opiates throughout the community. There's that fine line between opiates and heroin. I'm telling you, it is a fine line. They settled that company for $150 million on them. That's what they were fined. That's what they settled for. No one went on trial. No one went to jail. They were given special treatment. We have an epidemic, all right. We are the problem because we do not demand accountability. And so these shipments from McKesson and other drug and pharmaceutical companies will continue. Put it down now. That's what my prediction is. And I don't think I'm making a wild prediction. The CEO for McKesson is the third highest paid CEO in the whole country. This is almost like the deal with the bank, Wells Fargo. No trial, nobody went to jail for opening up accounts that people never knew anything about. And of course the employees became the scapegoat. And the top guys in the company of Wells Fargo got bonuses. And then they left the company. Pharmaceutical companies are trying to suppress these investigations. So what has that got to do with us here? It's got a lot to do with it. Because we can't expect the federal government to solve every problem we have if the local folks aren't engaged. Because that's where the action is going to take place, Jerry. George, that's where the action is going to take place first. So I tell you tonight, when these two folks get sworn in, they're not just two other councilmen like Pebbles on the beach. When these two folks get sworn in, when they raise their hand, they affirm their allegiance to the country and their community, that means something to me. I'll tell you that right now. It is a big deal. I say something else, but there are ladies in the room. It is a big deal. And we can't just back away and say, let somebody else do it. We cannot do that. The guys who fought on the front line in the service, I was in the Army, the guys who fought in the service were not there fighting for their own safety. They were there fighting for us, our veterans. Us, every one of us. I ask you tonight to take very seriously this oath of office. It is protocol, I understand that. And so what? The congressman showed up, big deal. But I'm telling you, the oath that they take is the very backbone of our society and our democracy. And I carry it with me every place I go. People think I'm a little screwy, but I do it. I carry the Constitution with me. Now, when I was in high school, I would go to sleep, listen when the teachers were talking about this. Some of you'd rather watch paint dry on a wall than read the Constitution. That's the way I felt. I don't know it by heart, but almost. This Constitution is very important. It is not the Constitution that gave us our rights. It protects our rights that we got at birth. So it doesn't matter where you're born, how much money you have, whether the country you were born in even has a Constitution. You are born all equal with equal opportunity. If you don't like that, go to Russia. We are so thankful for where we live. And now I'd ask these two beautiful young ladies to come up here and get sworn in. Come on.
We could ask the Pellegrin family to come up first.
Very good.
Following directions, please.
I
I, Lorraine Pellegrin,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
justly
justly
perform all the duties of office of councilwoman.
perform all the duties of office of councilwoman
Excellent. According to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. I feel so honored and blessed to be standing before you today as your councilwoman once again. I've served our community for over 20 years, first on the Board of Education for 11 years, and then as your councilwoman. And before that, I volunteered at the schools for many years. I've learned a lot of things along the way, but a few that really stand out to me are, one, always be patient, because change doesn't happen overnight. Dig into your inner strength, because we all know along the way, doors will be closed, and we really have to dig down deep sometimes and fight even harder to achieve our goals. And I'm an example of that. I've won 7 elections, and I've lost 3. And if I would have given up, I wouldn't be standing here before you tonight. So I think it's important to never, ever give up on your dreams. And I've always taught my children, it's okay if you fail. There's no shame in failing. The shame is if you don't pick yourself up and start over again and work even harder. That's the shame. Third is teamwork. It's never, ever just about one person. When you work as a team, that's the only time you'll truly have success. And I have to say something about that. There was an example recently. There was an incident at one of our elementary schools, and our town worked so hard as a team to keep the children safe and to resolve the problem. Our police, our fire, our ambulance, our superintendent, our Board of Education, our mayor, everyone, the parents, the principal, everyone worked together. And I hope I didn't leave anybody out because everyone was equally as important. And our DPW helped a lot too. And that's one of the best things about Elmwood Park is its people. I'm here 59 years, and we could have moved anywhere. But I've always chose to stay here because nobody has the people that we have in this town. We have heart in this town. When someone's in trouble, we help them. When there's trouble in the town, we rally together, and we work hard to solve the problem. It's a team effort. So always act as a team. One of my most important things over all the years is kindness. Be kind to one another. Have compassion. Look around this room. You don't know what the person next to you might be going through. I always say, look at me with all this glitter sometimes and makeup. You don't know. There's heartache in everyone's life. I always say the cloud stops everywhere. But then we all rise above the cloud and things clear. So always be kind and compassionate and try to help your neighbor. That's really what's important. And as I look at all of you in the audience tonight, I can't wait. I'm so excited to work with all of the residents and the mayor and council and really try to make some changes. Elmwood Park, as we all know, is already a good town, but I think it could be so much better. And working together with all of you, I know we will achieve that. And lastly, I have to take a breath, I talk fast. But lastly, I just have a few people to thank tonight. First, I'd like to thank Keith Kazmar and Mayor Caramagna and their entire staff for putting this program together tonight. It was a lot of work, so thank you. Second, I'd like to thank the Elmwood Park Democratic Club for working so hard this year and all the years and leading us all to victory this year. That's a big achievement. Thank you to all of you. To the residents of Elmwood Park that supported our whole team, to my friends and to my family, and most important to my husband and children, who have always been there for me, always supporting me for over 20 years, and always being my biggest cheerleaders. I love you and thank you. And to my son, I hope I don't get emotional, to my son Matthew, who is an attorney, who could have worked anywhere, chose to join the military, and he is a captain in the United States Air Force, and he can't be here tonight. But Matthew, I am so proud of you. I miss you, and it's been months since I saw you, but I can't wait to get my arms around you. I love you. And to all these dignitaries that I look up to, and they took the time from their busy schedule, these people are out every night doing something. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking your time to come to Elmwood Park all the time and celebrate this victory with us. Thank you. And one more. And to my hero. I don't have a lot of heroes in my life, but you are one of them. Congressman Pascarell. He has helped so many people for so many years, and he has made all of our lives better. And I could never, they asked me, who do you want to swear you in? There wasn't hesitation. Sandy and I both wanted you. You've helped so many people, and he's always been a true champion for the people. And I am so honored that you were the one that swore me in tonight. Thank you. And lastly, I'd just like to say Happy New Year to everyone. I wish you all good health, and I wish success to Elmwood Park. It's a great town, and I just look in this audience, and I love so many of you and know so many of you for so long, and I know it could even be better. So I look forward to these next 3 years. It's not a challenge to me, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to work with people I respect, and I just know there's going to be great things in store for Elmwood Park. So thank you all so much.
I
I, Sandra Balistreri,
do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established within the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of the office of councilwoman
of the office of councilwoman
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
The little noisy one's my grandson, in case everybody's wondering. I would like to begin by wishing everybody a Happy New Year. I'd first like to thank everyone for attending the swearing-in this evening. It means so much to me to be surrounded by my friends, my family, and all the residents in Elmwood Park. A special thanks to Congressman Bill Pascarell for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be here for us. This means a lot, as Lorraine said, to the both of us. So we really appreciate that. Thank you to all the dignitaries that came out for us tonight. We really appreciate it. We know you're out all the time, so it means a lot that you took the time to come here and be here for us. I also want to extend my sincere thanks to Keith Kasmark for putting this special evening together with everyone in his office and for being our master of ceremony. And I'm so excited to be part of this next chapter, the new beginning for Elmwood Park in 2018. I've lived in Elmwood Park my entire life, 57 years, and have served the community in different capacities. A couple of them have served on the Board of Education for 10 years, and the Board of Health, and presently the Board of Recreation. My family and I have been coaches in Elmwood Park for many, many years for softball. And also, I have a very busy schedule, but I do know how to manage my time. I just finished my semester at Bergen Community College because I decided at 56 to go back to school. So I've got 2 years in. So between campaigning and doing 10 credits this last semester, I said I wanted, just in case I would win this time, I would have one more class, and then I actually can walk with the rest of the Bergen community students in May, and I will proudly do that. Also, my family, okay, I'm sorry. Now this will be my next venture, and again, I've been so involved for many, many years in this community, which gives me a very good understanding of what Elmwood Park's past, present, and future needs will be. My years of community service also has taught me about everybody's different lives, and it doesn't matter who we are, what color, what nationality. We all deserve the same chances. We all deserve to be listened to. We all deserve to have that same chance as everyone else. And I can tell you the team that is here tonight will be thinking of everyone in the community. Not any generation, every generation from the very little, like Kim, to the seniors. We're here for everyone. My granddaughter over there, Isabella, is actually our 4th generation of Elmwood Park residents. So I have 4 generations that have lived here. And so that is a testimony of how I feel about Elmwood Park. I look forward to working together with the mayor and council for a positive new beginning to benefit our residents. I especially want to thank my family for always being there to support me. Without the support of my husband Joe, my children, TJ, Megan, Michael, Desiree, Nicholas, I got it right, I wouldn't be standing here tonight. Thank you to the Democratic County Committee for having the faith in supporting me as a council candidate, as well as the entire Democratic Club members. Thank you to our Democratic County Committee Chair, our new mayor. I've enjoyed working with you as a vice chair. To my running mates, Frank and Lorraine, we did it. Teamwork brought us to a victory, not only for us, but for the residents of Elmwood Park. Win or lose, you never give up. If you have something and want to be part of it, you keep trying. Is that not true, Mayor? Okay. I especially want the community to know that I am blessed to have the residents believe in me and to support me in this past election. For those who did not, I hope to earn your trust. Elmwood Park is now his first Democratic mayor in 49 years. And I have to say, I'm very proud to be part of this. There will be many challenges before us, many that I am confident that we will work together to address all of them. Please know that communication to me is key in success. I am very approachable, and I will be a voice for all of you. I am looking forward to beginning my work with my colleagues immediately. Together, we can make Elmwood Park desirable for everyone. Change sometimes is scary. We all know that. But change is often good. We hope to bring new ideas, hope, and an exciting future for our community. We need your help, though. So please, get involved, be part of our progress, because we need all of you to be part of moving Elmwood Park forward. Thank you for being here, and thank you for listening.
As we conclude tonight's festivities, I want to extend an invitation to all of you to join us on Thursday evening at 8 p.m. for our annual reorganization meeting, where we will reorganize under our new mayor and the new majority on the council. I'd further like to invite you on behalf of Sandy and Lorraine downstairs to the all-purpose room for refreshments immediately following tonight's conclusion of the ceremony. And at this time, I would like to thank the members of the police department and the fire department honor guard. We have Chief Michael Feligno with us tonight, Chief William Shadwell from the fire department. Let's give both groups a great round of applause. And with that, I would ask everyone to please rise for the dismissal of the colors. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and again, have a happy and healthy New Year.
Siobhan, she would like to get a picture.